Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode here on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
And I'm Ross.
And today, we've got a brand new brewery here on the channel, or at least, again, first time we've done this brewery on the channel. We're going to try 3 unique beers from a brewery out of La Crosse, Wisconsin called 608 Brewing Company. Now, I picked these 3 beers up from 3 cellars here in Menominee Falls. Check them out. They've always got all kinds of good stuff, and from what I hear, these are pretty good beers, and it's a pretty solid brewery. And we have a peanut gallery with us today, so, you know, we'll see how this rolls. What do you think? What do you think, Ross?
At this point, I think let's just dive right in and get at it.
All right, folks, so we're going to dive right in. The first one we're going to try here is called the Riverside Brown. So I think this is their standard brown ale. La Crosse, obviously, right on the Mississippi River. A little brown ale, the Riverside Brown. Let's get a little nose on it.
Comes in at 5.5%, which we expect with a brown ale. Nothing too big.
Yeah, pretty standard.
Standard in color. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like a brown to the nose. Oh.
That roasted malt barley that you normally get with a brown.
Yeah.
I mean, browns tend to not have a ton of flavor to them, but just a nice roastiness to them. I mean, it's a style I really like, but not always a ton in the palate or on the nose.
Yeah, not getting a lot of bitterness or anything like that on the nose. Just kind of a sweet, roasty, dark malt note to the nose. Smells like a brown. Smells pretty good.
All right,
check it out. Cheers.
I mean, good. It's solid.
It's tasty.
It's very tasty. It's what you expect.
It's got that nice sweet character right on the front. You get a little bit of hop bitterness in there. It's not bitter, but you get a little bit of the hop character up front. And it's very well balanced and consistent all the way through. That sweet dark malt brown ale character hits up front, and it's just consistent all the way through, and it lingers. Like the flavor doesn't even waver all that considerably.
What it does from a brown ale standpoint, it's got the good like roastiness without getting you like to the porter hop frame where it's like really nice and light.
Yeah.
To your point, a nice just slight bitterness. Because they have like sometimes with browns you kind of get like a nuttiness. I'm not getting that with this one.
There's a little bit of that. Now that you say it, I'm getting a little bit of it, but it's not like Madtown Nut Brown or something like that. No.
No, but it's really good, and it's a good start because browns is kind of one of those like basic styles, and it's a good kind of lead up to what we're gonna try. It's a good kind of say like how is a brewery?
Yeah.
To make a good brown, I think it's one of those beers you can say the rest of the beers should line up.
This is one you could drink a few of at a tailgate or something like that and not kill yourself. So that's really good. Yeah. Untappd, where are you going?
I mean it's really good. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 just because it's a pretty basic style, but it's a really really good beer. But for a brown ale, 3.5.
I'm actually going to go a 4 on this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And not because I think it's like mind-blowing of a beer itself, but I think this is it's a very well done, well made. It's not trying to be flashy. It's just a very well made brown ale.
All right.
And I don't have any complaints about it.
No.
This is solid.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. So now we're moving on to, it's called Couch Lock 3, Return of the Spliff.
I don't know what that means.
I have no idea. So this is a hazy double IPA with, what is it? Strata, Eclipse, and Columbus hops. So 3 different hops in this one, comes in at 7.5%. So a little higher up, kind of what you expect with a double IPA, but real hazy. Got a nice color to it. A nice little foamy head to the top. So looks good. Let's get a little nose on it.
Get a little nose on it. Nice haze to it. It's a little bit lighter than I might see out of a double. Typically, but looks good to the nose. Ooh, that smells good.
It smells like a really good hazy. And I'll be honest, like these are 3 hops where I can't say I've seen a ton of. I think I've seen some Strata, but I've never really seen Eclipse or Columbus hops. That's the first time I've ever heard Columbus.
There's a really good citrus character on the nose to this. Almost like a lemon flirting with orange a little bit.
It smells refreshing.
Smells very refreshing.
I'm not really getting any of the bitterness at all. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's not what you expect with a double IPA.
No, but you get hops. You definitely get a strong hop scent, but not bitterness.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's good.
It's good. I'll say this though. For as much as I was getting on the nose, I was expecting more of a flavor bomb coming in.
Yeah.
I'm getting more hop bitterness, and I'm getting citrus on the palate. So it's a little confusing in that sense. You get this really good kind of, we said, citrusy on the nose, and you get into the palate, and it's more of just hop bitterness, and you kind of lose a lot of that citrusy. But it's got like a cloud feel to it though. It is very light and everything on the mouth.
Yeah. I mean, the hops do hit you up front, which for a double IPA, you kind of want that. You expect that to a degree. I like the hop character of this. I don't think it's like in your face, but it's definitely got some bitterness up front. To your point, you don't get as much of the citrus character on the palate as you do on the nose. However, it is there. I think it starts to fade as you go out the back, and you get more of like a dank hop character out the back end. It kind of lingers out the back. I think this is a really solid double
it's really
IPA.
good, yeah.
I again, very similar to the Riverside Brown. I feel like this is just a really well-made beer for its style. It's not flashy. There's nothing crazy about this, but it's just really, really well made.
And it's nice to see a couple beers right off the bat that they're exactly what they say they're going to be. There's no adjuncts, there's no other flavors thrown into it. It's just here's a double IPA, hazy, and here's a brown, and they hit the styles, and they hit them really well.
I don't think I've had anything from 608 before, and I'm pretty impressed with these first two.
Absolutely.
Untappd, this one, I think I'm gonna go 4 on this too.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving them a lot of credit for brewing a pretty standard beer style very, very well. Again, not crazy flashy. You know, we kind of reserve those higher 4s for those beers that are just like, wow, like amazing, unique, and this isn't, but it's just well done.
I'm going to go 3.5 again. For similar with the brown, where I think it's hitting the sky really well. It's a really well done beer.
I like this.
I would definitely drink it again. I would strongly recommend it. It doesn't have anything that just takes it well over the top for me. But it's a really well made beer where I think, comes in at nice 3.5, and I would absolutely drink it again. It'd be real good on a warm day to have this.
100%. Yep. True.
All right.
All right.
So what's last?
Up last, we start to venture into Milwaukee beer review territory, and we've got a beer called I Stopped Naming Beers in 2018. Now, this one is an Imperial Pastry Stout coming in at 12%, so a little light for our standards, but making its way up there. So this one is brewed, it's a pastry stout, so it's going to be heavy. This is brewed with coffee, vanilla beans, cinnamon, and cake. And this is a collaboration beer with Pulpit Rock Brewing Company. I do not know where they are from. But again, 3 unique styles here. Pastry stout. It looks like a darn pastry stout. It poured like a pastry stout. To the nose we go. Whew. Yeah, that is a scent bomb on the nose.
Honestly, it's the vanilla. It's kind of coming out for me. I was expecting more cinnamon than coffee, just because they're very strong flavors. For me, I'm getting a good dose of that cinnamon up front.
All 3 of the flavors are popping for me on the nose. I do think the cinnamon for me is the prominent character on the nose. The coffee is behind there. The vanilla plays a stronger role on the nose than the coffee is for me, which actually is intriguing to me. But it smells really, really good. The flavors, as described, are there on the nose. So let's see if they are on the palate.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's good.
The cinnamon definitely comes through more on the palate. There's some bitterness from the coffee that's coming through. The vanilla kind of just adds a nice creaminess to it. So all 3 flavors. I guess I don't really know when it's supposed to be taken with cake. It's kind of a weird flavor to kind of put in the beer, but
Yeah.
It's a good dessert beer. It's exactly what the name says, and it turns out exactly how it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm. I'm not, and we've said this on this channel, I think, many times, not a huge cinnamon fan in beers. I wish that wasn't the star here. I wish the vanilla and coffee were a little bit more prominent, because the cinnamon does come in and take over, but that is an adjunct that tends to do that. So I'm not surprised. But I wouldn't say it's like blowing your socks off cinnamon. It's pretty well blended in there, but similar to what I was getting on the nose, it is the star character on the palate too. I think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Not one of my favorite pastry stouts that I've ever had, but I think that's, again, as we've said I've said on a couple of these now, for this style, I think they brewed it very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of similar characteristics to me to like fermentoriums, like Mexican Swear Weather they released this year, or Mexican drinking chocolate from 1804. It's kind of got that with like
a little more viscosity to it, but
yeah, with that cinnamon coming through, without like the heat. And cinnamon's weird because it adds, to me, sometimes it adds like a weird like spice to it.
Sure.
And this is there without that like spice heat though. I'm getting just more like the spice of cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's good. It's tasty. It's definitely probably one where this is probably as much as I would want in a single sitting. I don't think I could do a full 16 ounce. It's just very filling.
It is.
Putting this one on Untappd. It's good. I don't like it as much as the other two, so this is going to be a little bit unfair. I should have gone higher than the other two, but I'm going to go 3 1/4. It's a good beer. I would definitely recommend it. It's unique in what it is, and the flavors are all there. It's just not, I don't think it doesn't blow my socks off or anything.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go 3.75 on this. Similar to you, I did like the first two beers more. Not that this is bad. If this didn't have cinnamon in it, I might actually like it a little bit more, and this might see a bump up. But that doesn't mean this is bad. This is well made. If you like cinnamon, I think this might be a 4 quality beer.
I think so.
But well made. I'm impressed. 608, well
really
done.
Good, yeah.
I'll have to check out some more stuff from you guys. I think I have at least one more beer in the fridge that I shared with you, a barrel-aged one, that we might crack open later today. But, well done, 608.
Yeah, really good
stuff. Really
lineup.
good stuff. Awesome. So, have you tried these beers? Have you tried anything from 608? Let us know in the comments what you think about this Crosse brewery. Check us out on the rest of our social media channels. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Untappd. We are also here on YouTube. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see all of you in the very next episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.